What's up guys, Jody Dean here, Mr. Hunting the Dead. This video is about demons and suicide. I believe, and I write about it in my book, so I'm not going to go into the detail that you will get in the book, but I'm going to tell you a quick theory, and it's one that a lot of you guys have heard from me possibly in the past already. I know you have. So I believe that demons are behind suicide. When people are in weak states, love, work, money, friendships gone bad, drugs, alcohol, whatever, when they have something derailing their visions, their energy, they're detoured from doing what's most important, living their everyday life, focusing on living a good life, focusing on what you need to do to have a good life. When you're sidetracked, when there are roadblocks thrown in front of you, I believe that's when these demons creep in. And when I say demons, I'm talking about real demons. A lot of cases that I have investigated that were suicides, and this was something that I studied hardcore in my first few years of being a paranormal investigator. I noticed that all the places that I investigated that were suicide cases had some of the most evil responses, some of the most evil sounds, had some of the most evil history, had the people that killed themselves before they died, all their stories were almost the same. And I can't dive into that part of it, but I'll say that there was such similarities there that I started realizing that this pattern here is too in front of your face to write off that there's demonic activity happening in all these locations. And in all these locations, there were spirits trying to talk. And then you would hear the demons or evil entities talk. And it was like they were always trying to talk over them, tell them not to talk, telling them what to do. What I have learned in my research from researching suicides and what I've learned about demonology is that suicides and demons are connected. So I want you to think about this. And I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again because this video is made specifically for people that are considering suicide, that have thought about committing suicide, that want to commit suicide. First of all, that's the worst thing that you could ever do. It is the worst thing. And I want you to think about this. You might not know that you are being manipulated by a demon. You may not believe in the paranormal, you may not believe in demons at all, but I want you to consider the fact that everything that is bad that is happening to you, around you, in your life is happening because there is a demon that's seen you were weak at one point and has been preying on you and has been riding shotgun with you, trying to manipulate your emotions, your energy, and drive you to the dark place you don't need to be. But the longer and the more that they get their claws, their hooks into you, the stronger your life starts to deteriorate. Your actual life, who you were before all this happened, because you see you're kind of in a spiral. You had so many things happen to you. You got so deep in depression. You got so mentally torn apart that you don't feel like yourself no more. You don't even believe you're yourself no more. You have been derailed. You have been detoured. You have had those roadblocks put there in your life, and you have something manipulating your emotions. There's something called transferable energy. It's another thing in my book that I write about that hopefully was going to come out next year, 2019. So I want you to think about this. Consider that there has been a demon trying to push you to the edge, get you to the edge, and is waiting for the right moment to kick you off, which would be your final card, which would be you not attempting suicide, committing suicide. Now think about this. Say you do commit suicide. What happens next? What I have seen from research, and I say this with 150% of everything I know and believe in my heart and my love, when we die, our spirit is right here. Maybe it can go about because we have seen that spirits are intelligent. I've seen that over and over and over. There's also residual, there's intelligent, but a lot of spirits are intelligent more than residual hauntings that think that they can't go on. That's why a lot of cemeteries are haunted. That's why a lot of houses are haunted people grew up in and lived in, because they don't realize that, they can move on. They don't comprehend what's going on, because they still see everything, hear everything, and feel everything. They just do it without a body. But I've seen with intelligent spirits time and time again that I have been able to connect with them, communicate with them minutes after they have died and their spirit is outside their body, days after they have died, hours after they have died. I mean, you pick it. I have done it. I have researched it in 8.5 years. Before I had this channel, I have 450 something videos on here right now. I have 700 plus investigations to my name. Before I started posting here, I was a more deeper, in-depth paranormal investigator. Like, I really had... Well, a lot of the videos you guys see here on my channel, they may be, in the past they've been like 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 17-minute long videos. And when I came into this, I mean, hell, I used to spend hours and hours and hours at locations and dig into the history hours and hours and hours before I'd go there. And then afterwards spend hours and hours and hours looking at the evidence and just feeling it out, reading between the lines, picking things apart, trying to find the actual root of why all these things could be happening, and diving into the true science. I did that so much, so depth into each investigation before coming to YouTube, those were the times, those were the investigations that made me who I am today. They gave me the knowledge enough to go on YouTube, onto a platform, and tell people things that I know, answer people's questions. And I am a book of knowledge about this stuff because I have truly, detailedly examined, researched, and investigated it, and I've brought the evidence to light. Say a demon pushes you to the edge, kicks you off, you die, now your spirit is here. Guess what? Your spirit has to deal with that demon. You did exactly what they wanted you to do, and if you thought your life was hell when you were living, imagine now being able to see that demon with your spirit eyes. And guess what? Because it controlled you in your living life, do you think it's going to stop in your spirit life? It gets worse. It gets way worse. Where you actually can hear them tell you not to talk. Where you can actually truly be scared of what you see. Can I say it is like the movies? I can't say that it's not. I mean, a lot of the times that I've seen demons and I've seen shadow figures and things, they've been exactly that. They've been in like a shadow form, a transparent like form, a misty form, anomaly form. is it like the movies in the sense, you see the skin inside out and the razor sharp teeth and claws and demonic looking eyes and everything? I can't say that. But I can say that it must be bad enough that I have heard so much in EVP sessions, spirit box sessions, investigations that makes me believe that these spirits are in fear of these things, that they are scared of these things. Think about that. A lot of people have committed suicide because they don't want to feel pain no more. And now, with what I'm telling you, think about all the people that have committed suicide thinking it's a way out. But really, it was just the beginning of their suffering. Is that what you want? Do you want to suffer more? I know that you don't. And you're saying to yourself, and you're thinking right now, I just don't want to suffer no more at all. And you can. And if you really want to, you will get to a better place. I truly do care. Suicide is a big thing. And I said that if my platform ever grew, that I wanted to try and do a little bit of good that I can. I'm not a perfect person. I mean, none of us are. But I do have a lot of heart. I do have a lot of respect. I do have a lot of love. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm, one of the easiest people to offend. I'm quick to burn a bridge with somebody that steps on my shoes or looks at me the wrong way. It's not the way that I was born and raised to be, but I've just found that like when you burn me, it's hard for me to respect you or look at you in a different light, and that's just who I am. I'm not going to be able to program myself a different way, but I can say that it has been a benefit, honestly, because all the people that have ever burned me that I pushed out of my life, I've just seen how they've done other people dirty, and I've just seen how they are as people is not who I want to be, and you need to surround yourself with people that are like how you want to be, who you want to be. Surround yourself with good people, do good things, and make that your main focus is you want to be a good person, does good things, lives good, and you might always feel like the odds are against you. But if life was easy, then honestly it'd be kind of boring. If life was easy, then you wouldn't be able to be prepared for what could come, unexpected. I look at it like this. Early in life, my dad left my mother when he found out she was pregnant with me. Well, he told her to have an abortion, and if she didn't have an abortion, he was going to leave her. She didn't have an abortion, and he left her. Then when I was 5 years old, he came back into our lives. I don't know how he talked her into that, but she was with him for a long time. She believed him. She wanted to give him another chance. And within 6 months, he had threatened to cut my hands off. He had slit all of our tires, took all of our money. I had a bad dream one night. I went and laid on the bed, and I told him, I said I had a bad dream, and he put his foot on my head, and he kicked me halfway across the room. That was the last straw. My mom left him. Was a multi-millionaire in years to come after that. And when he died, he never paid my mom child support. He never did anything for me. My mom even had a judgment against him for $10,000 and having all this money. He never paid it. I don't know how he got by with it. Never did anything for me. Never wanted to do anything for me. And that was where my depression came from. I didn't have a dad to teach me how to fight. I didn't have a dad like I would see other kids with. And that was something that truly hurt me. It made me depressed. And I can't tell you how much time it stole from my life early on. And then I had a problem with bullies and things like that. Then I got into drugs and things like that, and partying, and and sex at a very early age. I mean, 2 weeks before my 13th birthday. Drugs, 13 years old. Cocaine parties at 14 years old. Ecstasy, 15 years old. Just crazy shit. I lived way beyond my time. I always knew that I had a lot of love in my heart. I knew that I was a good person, and I had these goals and things that I wanted to do. And I held on to those, and I focused on those. And it came to a point in life where I said, you know what? I can make this life what I want it to be. And I worked at it and worked at it and worked at it. And anytime something bad would happen, anytime those bad memories would resurface, anytime, something was thrown at me that I felt was too hard to deal with, I looked at it as a blessing. I looked at it as I have to suffer now for what's to come. And I really shaped myself and made myself an individual that is prepared to deal with anything and everything. I've said it before, I can find the good in anything and everything. I have lived an amazing life. If I died today, I would die with some of the best memories that I could have ever asked for. You really have to take things as simple as watching the wind blow the trees and that beautiful energy, that therapeutic energy that you feel from seeing this. And you need to take that and you need to think, this is powerful. This is godly in a sense. If you focus, if you look for the good, if you harness the good, hell, take a pen and paper. I was telling my friend Alexa this yesterday. You take a pen and paper, and when you get in a bad spot, bad place, write down some of the best things that have ever happened to you on this piece of paper. Try and remember them. Think about them. Focus on them. How they made you feel. And try and feel that way. Go out and find it again. Go out and do it again. Take a deep breath. Go outside. Go to a beautiful place. And just think. Breathe. Life is so beautiful. It's so precious. And the worst thing you can ever do is take your life. Because if you do that, you will suffer more. If you think you're suffering now, you haven't suffered. These spirits are suffering. There is nothing worse than watching your family, watching your loved ones, watching your friends, watching the world go on around you, and they don't even know you're there. I hope this is helpful. I'm trying. I have said a bunch of times, I know I can't save the world. I'd love to be able to be a billionaire and go around and save all these babies, all these children that these parents don't even want to have, leave their babies in cars and they die of heat strokes. I can't fix the world. I wish that I could. But if I can reach one of you, if I can reach 10 of you, amazing. If I can reach 100 of you, great. Trust me, I'm not telling you this for views. I don't give a shit. I won't even monetize this video. I'm telling you this because it leaves a mark, it leaves an energy in this world that doesn't need to be here. And people learn. And people see your mistakes. And you don't want somebody else to feel like you do. You don't want this to be a chain reaction, a domino effect. Think about all the babies in this world that need to grow up and they need to life and they need to teach their kids. We need to change this shit. We really do. So change yourself and you can change the world. Anything you see, you can grab. Think about that. I love you guys. I really do. Thank you so much for supporting me. I know this was really deep. This was something different. Demons and suicide, but it's a real fucking thing, guys. And yeah, I'm Mr. Turn Shit Up a Notch, but I'm also a guy that has children that would never want them to be on the path that a lot of you are right now. I cannot imagine my children feeling like that. That's why I tell them I love them so much every single day, and I do as much with them as I can and take them places constantly and make them feel love. Because one thing that happened to me that's good about my father, the way that he did me and was not a part of my life, is it made me everything I am, because I knew I never wanted to have a child experience or feel the way that I did when I was younger. So I took that negative and I turned it into a positive, and I'm the best father that I could ever ask for. My best accomplishment in this world is my children. And if I died today, like I said, I die full of love, full of happiness, full of thankfulness. It's been an amazing life, and I say that even about the bad. I'm happy for all the bad that's happened. Anything bad that will happen in the future, there can't be good without bad. It's just how you look at the bad that will project the good. Thank you, guys.